Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. FriYay. How you doing? I am coming around the bend here from another 42-hour fast. I'm kicking the fasting butt this week. It's really been fun. So let's see if this light will help a little bit. Does it? Ooh, I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? Anyway, whatever. So we are coming around the bend here. It is my fasting is going to be ending here in just a half an hour, and I have to tell you, I am ready for it to end. Ready. 42 hours. Second time this week. Feels good. Believe it or not, I like it. There's my girl Amy and Mimi. Hi. Seeing my folks jump in, it's great. This is Q&A today. And you know, it's weird, I didn't get a lot of questions. So I didn't get a lot of questions, but I have a couple things that I can talk about as well. You know me, I can always yammer on. Party on, guys. You know, one of the things that I have used really well that I've done, that has been sort of a cheat, but there's no, there's no anything to it. It's Fiber Mender. I've been using Fiber Mender this week on my longer fast. I've had 2 long fasts. I'm considering doing it again on Saturday just because I like the way it makes me feel. It makes me feel really, shall we say, virtuous? I mean, it makes me feel like, you know, when you sometimes give up your power for all kinds of crazy things, it's nice to be able to have that power. And not eating is a power of not eating. And I'm not talking about a dysfunctional, crazy town, like anorexic starving. I'm talking about having a fasting time where you have it. I have a fasting group on this app called Life. It's a fasting app. You can find it for pretty much any phone that you have. It's called the Hot Milk Queens. And if you want to join, you're welcome to join there. And we're just fasting to see, you know, how it goes. And listening to your body, of course, is absolutely crucial and critical, and it feels good. Jennifer said she liked the challenge. She just completed the 24-hour. Good for you. And hi, Vanessa. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I mean, you know, fasting is a good thing. It was used in ancient times for whatever ails you. And sometimes we have to look at the old. We have to look at the ancients. We have to look at the fathers of medicine. Hippocrates was a big faster, and he recommended it oftentimes for people who are sick and ill to just fast. And you know, it's interesting because sometimes I'll get questions and just say, you know, I just don't feel like eating. I've been sick, this, that, and the other thing. And my answer to them is always, then don't eat. You know, your body is telling you something, and we get in tune to our bodies, we start to do better, don't we? We start to do better when we are in tune with our bodies and we understand what's going on with our bodies, and we can feel hunger again instead of constantly snacking, constantly eating. You know, life starts to change. We start to change because now we're responding to our body for what our body is asking us for. We become intuitive eaters. We get off the carousel of crazy, and we start being able to take care of ourselves in a way that was out of our control before. You know, that's the whole thing. It's getting in tune with what's going on inside. This is why I'm such a, big time meditator. I'm into that. I do it every day. I start my day that way. I've got to get centered. So do you. You know, we all have the same apparatus, you guys, the same bodysuits that we've been given, the same innards, you know, the same minds. Without, you know, the impressions that you have on your minds and the impressions that I have on my mind and the belief systems that we have, of course, they're all different based on our experiences, based on all the things. But we're the same people. We're all people. We all have the same hormones inside of us. We all have the same, you know, we all have feelings and thoughts and all the stuff. And it just makes such a huge difference. I just got asked, how do you fast? Well, I'll explain that there's a couple of different ways of fasting. And I do want to do a class, and I'll either do a class in Take Back Your Life or the Hot Milk Club on fasting, because I'm just really starting to dig into, well, not starting. I have been looking at this for years, and I have been looking at fasting works for a number of different things. But the more I dig, the more I read, the more science, and I'm also digging up a lot of the science. And I am telling you, it doesn't stop to astound me at how much wisdom there is in a fast, and how much wisdom there can be in resetting your body and getting your hunger hormone straight, getting all the other hormones straight, because our body, hormones are just essentially the messenger system for our entire body. That's it. That's what it does. It tells your body what to do. And if your messenger system is all messed up, then your bodies aren't getting the right signals and your bodies aren't doing the things that they need to be doing. So if we can straighten some of this stuff out, we're start to feel a lot better. So I do have 3 questions. That's it. 3 questions. So it's going to be a short day today. But first, I want to tell you to save the date. That's right. The Take Back Your Life workshop is on April 18th. We also are going to have a VIP meet and greet. We're going to have wine and appetizers and all the things. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. And if you are a part of Take Back Your Life, you get a free ticket to this whole cotton caboodle thing. You get the free ticket to all of that. If you are part of Hot Milk Club, you get a free pass into the VIP meet and greet. Cool, right? So that's fun, and I am really excited about it. It's going to be here in Brevard, North Carolina. You will fly into Asheville, or Charlotte if you want to make a drive. Fly into Asheville and come down the mountain, and boom, you'll come and see me, which I'm really excited about. We already have about 40 people, 30, 40 people signed up and getting our airline tickets and what have you. It is going to be something. It is going to be incredible. And I've been working on all of my notes, and honestly, we'll have everything up next week so you can see and get signed up and committed. I want you committed to this, because if we're taking back our life, let's get together. This is a tribal reunion. This is a tribal reunion. Let's get it back together. Somebody's asking me, Catherine, how often can we do a 24-hour fast? Okay, so, right, you've got that save the date, right? Really, April 17th, April 18th, probably over into the 19th. We've got a lot of people who are buddying up and sharing rooms and what have you. And I'm going to tell you what, I want you there. The more the merrier. So just mark it on your calendar, okay? How often can you fast for 24 hours? You can fast you could do it every other day if you want to. It's called ADF, or alternate day fasting. And one of the things that's really good for is getting off of a plateau. The other thing that it's really good for is autophagy, which autophagy is basically a metabolic cleanup. It helps to take care of that saggy skin that we all worry about, right? Losing a lot of weight, you get the saggy skin. Autophagy takes care of it. So does collagen. So when you dirty fast, you can also do a dirty fast, which is 500 or so 500 really or less calories a day, and you do that with collagen and bone broth, because of the collagen and bone broth are just really nutrient dense foods that feed your skin, and we all need that, and it heals your gut as well. So that's something to really look into. You can do that instead of just a straight water fast. It does take you out of the fasting mode, and it will create a little bit of an insulin, a little bit of a blood glucose boost, but not much. And also, if you're under 500 calories a day, your body still thinks you're not getting any food. So it's a dirty fast. It's not a clean fast. I've been clean fasting for 2 days. The only thing that I did was I added fiber mender to my water when I got particularly hungry, because that stuff just swells right up, and it helped. It doesn't have any calories, and it goes really right into the gut, and it kind of helps to prevent the constipation problem that you get. So it's a really good thing. Highly, highly suggest that you have it as a backup to help you. So let's get this is the last day for the quote of the week. I've got a new one coming up tomorrow for Soulful Saturday. I hope you join me. And this one is, we cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails, from Dolly Parton, because, she is just, down home, she gets it. This woman connects the dots. And, I think Marla is sort of Dolly Parton's sister, angel sister, whatever she is, because Marla has that same down to earth, gets it, connects the dots kind of wisdom. And, I I have to tell you so many times that when I have asked her for wisdom on something, you know, because that's what you do when you're best friends. You ask her, what do you think of this? And what's your advice for that? We do that with each other. And she just sometimes comes up with things that I would have never thought of in a million years. And I always tell her that I would have never thought of that in a million years. And that's how, you know, that's how we feed each other, and we feed each other's souls when we are giving to each other like that, and just give each other the best that we have. And I really appreciate that about her. And, you know, when I think of Dolly Parton and I see some of the wisdom that she throws down, I immediately think of Marla, because that's just the kind of woman she is. So I have three, like I said, I have 3 questions, and we are going to look at those questions right now. And then I'm going to go, I have a small little teaching I want to give you, or maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just really excited because in 15 minutes, I'm going to go downstairs and have lunch. I have a collagen shot, and then I'm going to have some lunch. So there you go. Let me see. Do I have everything? Oh, we have the sprint coming up too, by the way. I almost forgot. It starts February 3rd. If you're signed up with the new sprint, I always say, go sign up again. Go sign up again, because that's how you get the emails, and it all goes with it. There's a mindset piece, everything. And I really want you in there doing this, because the sprint really is the bedrock and the foundational principle that we use to take back our lives, because it does start with this bodysuit that we're in. It does start with our bodies. It has to start with our bodies, because our bodies are the vehicle for our lives. And without our bodies, we can't do the things that we want to do. Without a brain that's functioning optimally, we can't think about doing things and changing our mind and making new decisions and creating the life that we want to create. So we start there. We start at the sprint. It's free. It's 7 days. And you will get remarkable results. Pretty much. Well, I can't guarantee it, but if you follow it, you will get good results. I have not seen anybody who's followed it to the letter who didn't. So take a look. Go to savingdinner.com/sprint and sign up. We start a week from this Monday. So if you start now and get it and all downloaded and everything, there's 17 pages of it. But a lot of it is explaining why we're doing the things that we're doing. And it'll make a lot of sense to you, especially if you take the time to read it. And there's just a lot there. And also you can start getting prepared. And when we start, you'll feel like, hey, I'm already an expert. I already know all about this. So that's a cool thing, right? All right. How about some questions? You ready? First one is, oh, and by the way, please do share this video. I appreciate it when you share. When you share, you know what happens? You care. And we bring people in that need help, that need us, that need a tribe. And that's what we're all about. We're about creating a community that lifts and supports each other. And we have that, you know. Those of you who are in this community, most of you who are here, are those people. And I mean, game changer, life changing. And that's why I really want you there. Okay? So here are the questions. And this is from Marianne. She's got a bunch. Do seeds cause inflammation? I'm particularly interested in knowing about flax, hemp, pumpkin, sesame, psyllium, and watermelon seeds. If they are sprouted and dried, is the nutritional content enhanced or of higher quality? Okay, first of all, the only time that seeds cause inflammation is if you have some kind of food sensitivity. A lot of seeds can cause a food sensitivity, and especially stuff like flax. Flax can cause bloating and can cause a little nausea, stomach upset. For me personally, I can't do flax. Flax bothers me. Flax has some lectins in it, and it can be a little rough on your sensitive system. I happen to be a little bit sensitive. I can't, for example, do pea protein. I can't, for example, you know, there's a few things that I can't eat. Mostly all the grains and what have you, I stay away from anyway, because they upset me. They upset my stomach and they bloat me. So being bloated and having an upset stomach and, you know, having to run to the bathroom is no picnic. So remember this about seeds, any kind of seed. A seed is the beginning of life for some kind of a plant. And so within that seed is going to be a lot of nutrients, because it needs to, you know, basically feed that little plant as it's growing until it can grow its roots out and start getting nutrients from the soil. So it's a nutrient dense thing. We have to go easy with them, though. We have to go easy. And for some people with seeds, nuts, and all of them, sprouting them makes a big difference in their tolerance of them. And that makes a lot of good sense. So I always say, if you want to sprout something, like for example, lentils. I love lentils and I love lentil soup. I have sprouted it before and it was a real pain in the neck to do. And it just didn't taste exactly the same. So for me, if I'm going to have a little bit of a lentil soup or whatever, it's going to be a tiny cup and it's going to be massively with digestive enzymes so I don't, get too bloated. Digestive enzymes are, the key to anything. But for me, I also look at seeds and nuts. They need to be more like condiments and less like, just a handful after handful. I promise you, you'll be bloated and stuffed and it will cause problems, especially if you have any kind of sensitivity. So as far as sprouting them, when you sprout something, it goes from being a seed or a nut into being a little plant. So we do in the Sprint, one of the things that I recommend, and what I have 4 trays going right now, is broccoli sprouts. And the whole reason with it, broccoli sprouts are just nutritional bombs, man. These things are there's almost nothing better on the planet for them. There's 10 times the sulforaphane in broccoli sprouts than there is in the grown plant. And we all know how, healthy broccoli is for you. It's one of the best cruciferous vegetables out there. Cabbage and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, they're all cruciferous as well, and they're known cancer fighters. But if you take it and you do it in the sprouted form, then you're taking advantage of the sulforaphane in its full-on healthful way. I mean, you just can't get a better dose of sulforaphane unless you did, a supplement. So I love them, and I do a handful, a couple of sprout. I grab probably 2 tablespoons and eat them before I'm going to have a smoothie. I've tried putting them in the smoothie. Don't recommend it. It's like, somebody dumped some grass clippings in your smoothie. Not delicious. But I would recommend just crunch them up and eat them. Put them in a salad. There's lots of ways to do them. Sometimes I'll just throw them on the dinner table. And it's just, they're there not for the deliciousness that they are. I mean, they taste like broccoli sprouts. They don't have a real, flavor. Radish sprouts, on the other hand, do have a good flavor and they're delicious and they're a little pungent and they're good in a salad as well. Sprouts are great. I recommend always, you can buy them, but I recommend making them yourself. They're cheap, they're easy. Buy the trays, don't do them in the jar. I've never had good experience doing them in jar, but do them in a tray. Take a few days it's just the easiest thing. You soak them for 24 hours in water, and then you put like a tablespoon of the soaked seeds in a tray, and every day you water them, let them drain out, and 4 days, 5 days later, sprouts. It's fantastic. And I love them. So eat more sprouts. This is the stuff that's going to keep you healthy, wealthy, and wise. All right? Sprouts. So yeah, you can, I don't know anything about eating watermelon seeds. I'm sure it's a thing. Yes, you can do it. You can eat them right from the water. You can eat the broccoli. Vanessa's asking if you can eat the broccoli sprouts straight from the growing trays. So what I do, I take the sprouts that come out, because usually they're really wet coming out of the growing trays, and I just put them on a paper towel and let them kind of soak up, and then down the hatch. Then I'll eat them. But usually that's what I do. It makes all the difference in the world. So all of these different things. Psyllium seeds I have never bought. I've used psyllium husks before. Again, that was irritating to me. Any seed is going to be better sprouted, because just ever so slightly sprouted, just because it's going to be easier on your system to eat. So yes, you can. I wouldn't go through the whole thing of sprouting them and then drying them and then going through all of this stuff. That's a lot of work. I would just simply sprout some things and then have some seeds. And my suggestion is just go with the broccoli sprouts. I think broccoli sprouts, as far as all the sprouts that are out there, it is by far the nutrient king of the jungle. And those are the ones that I would go for. I would use sesame seeds on, a stir fry. I would use, if flax doesn't bother you, use flax. But remember this about flax. Flax needs to be, if you're using seeds, they need to be ground up or they'll just go through you whole. Grind them fresh. Don't ever buy flaxseed meal. because there's fatty acids in there, and those fatty acids are very delicate and will definitely go flat and go rancid. You don't need to be eating things that are with rancid oils. Then that becomes something that was one time a nutritional powerhouse is now an inflammation causer. You know, they don't tell you that stuff, and it just really bothers me. Pumpkin seeds are good stuff too. Sesame, all of them are good stuff. And again, you know, use them the way you want to. But if you're going to sprout something, I say sprout broccoli sprouts. And let's go for, if you want to go for the nutrient impact, that's where you're going to get it. The next question is, how long can you safely water fast? I've gone 48 hours. I am not hungry and still have energy. So I was watching a Jason Fung video on YouTube the other day. And if you don't know who Jason Fung is, he wrote the Obesity Code. And he's basically, I would say, in the forefront on, he's a nephrologist, by the way, from Canada. He is on the forefront for understanding and knowing about fasting. He has reversed type 2 diabetes in his patients. And he's just, you know, he's the one who made me go, wow. And he was talking about somebody who had gone 382 days fasting. Now, this guy was incredibly morbidly obese, obviously, and he did fine. And my understanding was he still took some supplements and was checked every week, and he did it under his doctor's supervision. Okay? Underline, underline, underline. You have to, if you're going to be a faster and you want to take fasting on as one of the things that you do, then you need to be in touch with your body, because it's not about just like grin and bear it. I'm going to do it and I'm dizzy and I feel like I'm going to fall over and I'm feeling faint and, you know, all of this other kind of stuff. No, 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 no. You need to be in touch with your body. You need to know if this is working or if it's not. And when it's not working, you stop. Easy. Not, you know, it's just not that hard. If you can go 48 hours and still have energy, you know, and you don't have any medical issues whatsoever, then, you know, my suggestion is that you get yourself into a community. And I believe there's lots of fasting communities on the Facebook page, and just make sure that you're doing it right. Make sure that you're not playing with fire. This is an important thing to be, like I said, very in touch with your body. Make sure if you need electrolytes, you grab some electrolytes. You can get that. We have hot melt mix, but it will throw you out of, there's only 30 calories. At that point, if you're doing hot melt mix, at that point, it has become a dirty fast. But, you know, electrolytes are really important. You can put some salt under your tongue. That's what some other people do. Use pink Himalayan salt because of the mineral content. And, you know, some other people do that, but, you know, I've never done that. I don't particularly like putting salt, you know, gargling with salt water, even with a sore throat, makes me gag. So for me, hot melt works. But again, if you do a clean fast, it's water. It's just water. But if you're after 48 hours, I would say you would need some electrolytes with just all that water. But again, be in touch. Feel how you feel. Do not be afraid to bake fast. Don't just hold on to, you know, bare knuckle it because, you know, you're trying to break a new personal best or whatever. But for a lot of people, if it feels good and you're doing it, then just do it. Read the Obesity Code by Jason Fung. Like I said, he's an MD in Canada, nephrologist. He understands, you know, what fasting does to your body, and will break it all down for you. So I love that. The Complete Guide to Fasting is another one. That one's by Jimmy Moore and Jason Fung. Good book as well. All of it's broken down. Now, one of the things about alternate day fasting, you don't just go in and start alternate day fasting. I've been fasting for a while. I started with 12 hours. Easy. 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. Dinner's over. Kitchen's closed. Right? Kitchen's closed. So once the kitchen is closed, you know, I fast all the way till 7 a.m. That's how you start. And then you push it. You start push, and you do that, you know, and you start feeling good about it, and then you push it. And I will tell you right now, breakfast, and this whole notion of breakfast being the most important meal of the day, it's the Kellogg's company that came up with that. Don't you think it's brilliant on their part? It's a marketing ploy, guys. It's not the most important meal. When you break your fast is when you break your fast. And sometimes you break your fast at lunchtime. Sometimes you break your fast at dinner time. Sometimes you don't break your fast for another day. You need to listen to your body. Again, that makes a big, big difference. So that's how you do it. You start with the 12-hour fast, and then you push it to maybe 14, 16 hours, 18 hours, whatever it is. But you can track it. I really do like that Life fasting app, because you can just take a look at it and see where you are. But for alternate day fasting, getting to that place of a 24-hour fast, once you've gotten to the place of doing a 1 meal a day fast, it would be easy for you to fast and go that whole 24 hours, and maybe even go up to 42 hours if you want. So I did a 24-hour fast to start. This is months ago, and then I thought, well, and when I ate, I was just like, really, I was kind of hungry, but not really. So I thought, well, let's just keep going till we're good. And so here I am, almost complete to the 42-hour mark. As a matter of fact, one more minute and I will be at 42 hours. Holler! Okay, so, again, your mileage may vary. This is how I've done it. You need to check it out. Check in with yourself before doing it. Make sure that you're not just going to go, I'm going to do it too, an alternate day fast. No. You need to do the warm-up first. You need to start with the 12 hours and warm up to that. Otherwise, you'll just be a completely miserable human being and think I'm completely nuts. And I'm not nuts. A little bit nuts, but not totally nuts. Would you please give some advice and nutritional guidelines for someone without a gallbladder who is interested in the hot melt sprint? This is good. Yes, I will do that. If you have a compromised gallbladder and or a missing gallbladder, that means that you need help with the digestion of fats, and that's a simple thing. Maybe you need to be very, again, back to the awareness of what's going on inside of your body. And what I'm going to tell you is all very dependent on, this is how it works for me. I don't know how it'll work for you. Now, I still have my gallbladder. However, I have had a few gallbladder attacks, ended up in the hospital. And of course, they wanted to take my gallbladder out. But after an ultrasound and seeing everything is just in place and is fine, I said no. Not going to do it. And I went with some solid digestive enzymes. We carry them on our shop. We have digeszymes. We also have glycozyme, which is a digestive enzyme combination with cinnamon in it for people who have sugar issues and blood sugar issues, because it really helps with the blood sugar issues. So you have to take digestive enzymes, and you have to figure out what your particular dose is, and you need to take it with every meal. When you're eating your dinner, maybe you're not having a half an avocado with your dinner because it triggers a little bit of gallbladder pain. Maybe instead you're doing a quarter of an avocado. It's just watch how you feel with everything. I always suggest for people who are trying something new is to keep a food journal, because I just got a notification from Life saying your fasting goal has been reached. Time to end your fasting. Yes, I will in just a minute. I promise you. But anyway, but the whole thing is that you need to protect your gallbladder. You need to give your digestion the help that it needs. And you need to understand that just because you have no gallbladder doesn't mean that you need to opt out. And it is a myth that says that you can't digest fat. Yes, you can, but you need to get some help alongside. Digestive enzymes will be your best friend. Go buy 2 bottles. Go to my site and buy it while there's still, free shipping for the month. Buy 2 bottles, put 1 in your purse, put 1 on your countertop so that you always have it. Set a reminder on your phone so that you can get into the habit, or some kind of a reminder, some kind of a prompt that will remind you every time it's mealtime, every time that you eat. And I'm talking food, not smoothies or collagen shots. I'm talking food. When you eat, you need to help your body along. There's no shame in that. Most of us have that, a little bit of a compromised digestive system. We lose our digestive enzymes as we get older. But with a gallbladder missing, it's even more critical, especially if you've ever had dumping syndrome or you get bloated or whatever it is. It's very, very important that you really respect the digestive process and give it the help that it needs. That's really important. All right, so I lied. I'm not going to give you anything else. That's all there is for today, because tomorrow we're going to be talking about allowing, what allowing means. And I've got my notes for it already. And that is, it's going to be Soulful Saturday. It's going to be something you want to tune in for. I will have my new quote of the week. And Saturday is always a great time for getting together and having some time together. That's right, Marianne. That was all for you. So I'm glad to see you're here. And thank you so much for sharing this video. Thank you for being here and being so supportive of saving dinner and getting your supplements from us. That's how we stay in business, you guys. So do get the supplements right now. Go to the store, go to savingdinner.com, grab your supplements, get your sprint, do all the things. And if you have already been on the sprint, right? If you've already done this sprint, then my suggestion is that you go get the supplements for the sprint. Okay? Everything will go out. Do it today. Everything will go out tomorrow. You'll have it in time. If you want to put your results on steroids, this is how it's done. And in the sprint itself, it has all of the different packages listed, and we can help you out in the sprint group here on Facebook on what to do and how to do it, because we have a lot of sprinters who've done amazing things, have lost a lot of weight, felt great, lost the pain, yada, yada, yada. But you just have to go to the website, right? You want to put it on steroids, go get the supplements. That's it. That's all I have for you. So I'm going to go break my fast. I'm very excited. Peace out, guys. And I will see you tomorrow. And I will see you. I've got a couple of coaching clients tonight. I'll see you this afternoon. I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.